Welcome back. It is 1473, and in the last one we had Adelaide become an infant. We had Nina accidentally get pregnant. Dante broke up Bob and Eliza's marriage, and Eliza remarried Dennis Kim, of all people. And Randolph survived the war. I'm trying to think of what happened last year. So yeah, all of that stuff happened last year. We're continuing to work on Thomas and Cassandra's aspirations. This year, we have some scary roles. Our children and also Malcolm Landgrab III are aging up into children. So let's start there. No 9 or 19. We can do this. Malcolm survived. Thomas survived. Mortimer survived. Okay. All right. Everything's fine. Randolph needs to get at least a 9 to continue living, and he did. So good for him. Now, we do have a war, the Battle of Tewkesbury on May 4th. Obviously, I changed the date because I've been trying to spread these out a little more. Proved to be one of the most decisive encounters in the War of Roses. The battle marked the end of the second phase of the War of Roses. Yorkist monarchs would... Why? I need to wrap this. I can't see the rest of it. Would rule England peacefully for the next 14 years. Okay. So we are good. Let's see if anyone goes to the battle where they have a 20% chance of dying. So they can't roll an 11. So let's head out here. And we'll start with Henford on Bagley. So let's see. Up here, we're not rolling for the fairy alien. Okay, in the Payne household, we have Frost, the 4th. He can't roll an 11. He did not. And then, yeah, okay, so then in the Goth household, we have just Mortimer because Alexander died. Oh my gosh. So then we have Randolph himself, who is rolling a lot. Oh my god. And Randolph just went to war last time too. Okay, so Randolph is going to war again. So he is very unlucky, but he's going to be like really, quite a seasoned warrior by the end of this. So good for you, Randolph. Where was I? Okay, so poor Gina. Okay, so then Dawn, Mitchell, and Gavin. Dawn, Mitchell, Gavin. So again, if you guys have any feelings about who should marry who in this household, let me know. I am going on vacation soon, so I will cap it at the end of this month. So if by the end of this month nobody says anything, I will make executive decisions on them. So let's then go here. So we have, I don't think Dennis would go, but will Bob go? No. Okay, and then we have Eric. Here he is. Nope. Oh my gosh, Olivia aged up into a teenager. We're gonna have to give her a makeover. Okay, and then there's our family. So will our Thomas, Dante. All right. It's still only Randolph. Poor Randolph. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, there you go, Randolph. It's always just you. And then also, I wanted to say, so I've been talking a bit with Story Girl, and honestly, you guys, I am so flattered that you guys want to make Sims for me, for my save, and I am so excited about that, and I am totally into that. I've honestly did not think that anyone would want to do that for me, so I was unprepared with like a hashtag or anything. Like I can go to your pages and find it, but we should come up with a hashtag. So let's make one up right now and see. Like, is anybody using my username? No. Okay, so I think, you know what? Okay, so let's just say that hashtag Megan Plays Sims. I will start checking it every time I play the game and integrate your Sims. They might not get integrated right away. Like when the story allows it, I will definitely bring them in. But yeah, so if you guys want to send me any Sims, please do. I think I'll be able to tell which Let's Play they're from. But yeah, I mean, I'm really excited, and thank you so much for people who do want to do that. And so I guess we can use that hashtag. I'll put it in the spreadsheet too, just in case anyone needs it. So let's put it here, hashtag for Sims on gallery. And we'll just say Megan plays Sims. Okay, so let's do that. If you guys have like a better method of doing things, just let me know. I am honestly like so happy with the amount of people who are commenting and watching and subscribing, and it's just like amazing. Like I try not to, you know, get on people for like, like, comment, subscribe, and I don't blame people who do that, but I just don't usually care to do that. So just having so many people watching my videos is just so exciting for me, and I am really grateful for that, and I'm really excited for those of you who want Sims that will be in these videos and in this challenge. So that's going to be so much fun for all of us. Put in a little description for your Sims if you have anything specific you want them to be doing or whatever. But yes, so we're definitely also looking for people like marriages or something for Dante to break up. So if you guys have any couple Sims you want to have their lives ruined by Dante, please let me know, and let's hop into the game. All right, so here we are, and I am just going to really quickly change some of our settings just because, in both of my Let's Plays that I'm playing right now, it is so annoying that feels like it's always winter, it feels like it's always storming, and it feels like my Sims are always having problems. So I am just going to change the settings so that that doesn't happen maybe as often. I'm not really exactly sure what the setting does, but we're turning off storms. It can still rain, it can still snow, but it's just like, it's been driving me crazy that my Sims are cooped up all the time because it's always winter. So anyway, we are going to, it's New Year's, so we are going to have everyone get a resolution. Most of them are to increase a skill level. Some of them are to, I think Lavinia's is to, get better grades at school, stuff like that. Although we haven't really been in a position to do that with her that much because she has not, like even right now, we're going to play her over the weekend. We're not going to play, then we're going to move to Dante's household. So we're not really playing her while she's in school, but we're going to do our best with her aspiration. If we can't get it done because we're playing both families, that's just the way it is. That's okay. But yeah, so we are here and we are going to keep working on everyone's aspirations. We have Thomas and Cassandra woohooing one last time. I think that if they do get pregnant this year, that'll be their last pregnancy, mostly because we are going, we already have 4 kids. If we have 5 potentially, and then we would have also the triplets if they survive to fall back on. So I think that we have plenty of heirs. So I think that is totally fine for right now. And I also forgot to update from last year's birthdays, so that was my bad. And so now it actually is Adelaide's birthday tomorrow in game, which I had totally missed because I forgot to add her into the spreadsheet after that. Sometimes I just forget to put the next birthday in because I don't really do that on camera with you. Maybe I should start doing it on camera so I don't forget. But anyway, we are going to have Thomas practicing his archery. I really do want him to continue to be good at that. I am kind of bummed that they can't use the venue that I made for them as an archery competition venue, but that's just the way it is, I guess. So we are going to next okay, so first off, I was thinking about having a party, and then I was like, wait, I forgot that I wanted to give Olivia Kim Lewis a makeover. So because of that, I was like, oh, I better give her a makeover, and then it changed households, and then, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just like, let's just go to the archery park and have some fun. So we're going to do that after we give Olivia a quick makeover. She is gorgeous, let me just say. She is so gorgeous. It's such a shame that she's so much older than our sons because she would have made an awesome addition to our family, but maybe she'll marry someone else. So like I said earlier, if you guys want to make any Sims, if you have a Sim that you want her to marry, let me know. and I will add them in. I'm not like being super picky about the townie stuff, but maybe like one of their children could be related to our family, or maybe one of your Sims could marry into our family. It doesn't really matter. But yes, I am excited about that. And I'm just trying to come up with like something pretty for her to wear. And then honestly, I was doing this and then I was thinking to myself, am I like dressing them correctly? Like, am I doing this wrong where like none of these people are actually dressed accurately for the time period? I mean, I know that there are some liberties taken because of, what is available with CC and stuff, but I'm looking at the way I'm dressing them and I'm just kind of thinking to myself, is this really medieval? So I don't know. I was doing a little bit of research too, just checking out some references on, and they're all contradictory, and I just don't know. So I am just going to just keep doing what I'm doing. And if you have any ideas of things I should change regarding that, I will. I just, like, I opened up one link and it said, oh, unmarried women cover their hair and whatever. And then it was like, I opened another link and it said, oh, well, older married women cover their hair and younger women leave it loose. And I'm like, I don't know which of those is right. And honestly, I'm not trying to do so much research. Isn't that why Morbid made us this beautiful document so that we didn't have to do all the research? Anyway, so we're just going to keep going the way we're going. Olivia looks great, but she did roll the mean trait. So I think that that's really interesting. She also got like a deception aspiration, and I think that that's so interesting that she kind of has this more nefarious side to her that we didn't expect. So that is going to be an interesting thing, especially with her and Lavinia being friends. Maybe she's not going to be as good of friends as we think. So we'll have to see where that goes. Also, Lavinia is like a lot younger than her. Let me see. She's like 20 sim days. So she's like 5 years younger than her. So I don't know how well their friendship is going to last when Olivia is basically, leaving to get married by the time, or Olivia is leaving to get married by the time Lavinia is turning into a teenager. So who knows about that? But anyway, we are going to come to the archery range, like I said, and we are going to just have everyone chatting. I do also want Lavinia to be friends with Iggy. I think he's like a year younger than her, so I want her to be friends with him too. I mean, they're the only kids in this social circle, so I think that they would be friends with each other because of that, because they're so close and they really have no one else to hang out with. Like, all the adults are doing their thing, so she really has no one else to hang out with besides Iggy right now. So, maybe, something will happen between the two of them when they get older. Who knows? But definitely Olivia is probably thinking more about, her future. And, she's 5 years older. So there's a big difference there between like 8 and 13. There's a huge difference. So anyway, Thomas is going to do some archery with the guys. It's already getting late. It just gets late so fast. But looks like Cassandra is talking to Olivia, so that's sweet. And then I'm just going to have the kids chatting with each other. I am trying to make them friends, so that would be great if they could be friends. And we're just buying a round of drinks. We serve some food. There is plenty going on here to have a good day. And looks like Olivia was sitting over here by herself, so let's go join her, and the three of us will just hang out and have a good time. I think that they are, so far so good. They're so close, but that is going to be the end of the day. It's already past 12, except it's really not, because then when I go to the home lot, it goes back in time to like 6 p.m. So I don't know how the time in this game works sometimes. It was just something we got to accept here. So yes, it is now 6:52 or whatever, so that's fine. Anyway, so we are in here just going to send Lavinia and Cassandra out to volunteer, do some of like charity work or something. I think that that's something that she would instill in her family because she thinks it's really important. Thomas is going to take care of the little kids while he's home. We'll just hang out a little bit with our sweet little Adelaide and see our boys and stuff, and then maybe we'll have them do some more archery. We'll see. But that's fine. And then we are going to go out here, and it looks like actually Vivian is visiting. So you know what? He's good friends with Vivian. So let's introduce her to our baby. I think she would love that. Love being introduced to our baby. Also, it's probably interesting for Vivian because I don't know if her and Dennis ever got along, but it must be weird for her to have him out of the house after so many years. So there is that, and then we are going to, teach to do this. I do want to continue to get Cassandra's parenting skill up because she's going to need to get to level 10 for her aspiration. We'll see where that goes. And okay, Bob is making a snow pal outside our house. Maybe he's trying to keep an eye on Dante. I mean, honestly, think about it. Bob's life has been ruined. Bob's wife divorced him, or he divorced her. They got divorced, and then so they got divorced, and she remarried immediately, brought this man into their house. He doesn't really have anywhere to go. He doesn't really have anyone on his side because Dante immediately dropped him like a hot potato. So I think that it's really hard for Bob to continue to be coming to these social events and stuff and know that everybody is gossiping about him and how he's kind of ruined his life. He is, living this way, and it's just really quite sad for Bob to have been through all this. He keeps trusting the wrong people, and that's just really, really hard. That's really sad. So anyway, we have Lavinia. Since she is doing the mental aspiration, she wants to craft 3 motion potions and also get to level 10 of the mental skill, so we're working on that for her. I am going to have them woohoo one more time. If they get pregnant, they get pregnant. If they don't, they don't. So that is totally fine. And we are going to just call that good. And yeah, so both of them are doing pretty well in their aspirations. We do need to get the kids going to school more often, but luckily we'll be having 2 more children in this part since both the boys are aging up. And we will be, it'll be good for us, I think, to have more kids in the household so that they can, keep help. They have to do a lot of helping with homework and stuff. So I think that that'll be good. And we are going to now have a dinner party. So we are going to get everyone all dressed up and coming downstairs, and we're going to hire a mixologist, and we're going to put out the banquet food. So that is all good. Look at how pregnant Nina is. Oh my gosh. Dante must be fuming. He is not going to be happy to have these kids. I mean, honestly, they're probably just going to be neglected. That's the thing. It's so sad. So anyway, maybe Thomas is going to have a nanny for them, or hire a nanny for Dante or something, because Dante is just definitely not going to want to be a father to these kids, which is really disappointing, but you know how it goes. So we are going to have Lavinia continue to try and make friends with Iggy. I think that they're really close, so after they build a snow pal together, maybe they will be friends. So that'll be really fun. Of course, I'm sure that this is not something that they're supposed to be doing during a dinner banquet, but they're having a good time, and neither of their parents, well, Iggy's mom is right there, but Lavinia's parents aren't out here to tell her to stop, and Eliza is just not paying attention, I guess. So yeah, looks like they are friends now, which I'm really excited about. Maybe they'll be, okay, childhood friends to lovers, who knows? But we'll see in the future how that goes. So we will focus on that. And next we are going to just go back inside and have everyone chatting with each other and having a good time. And, Thomas is close to Eric and everything, so that is really good. And everyone's just, eating and having fun. And I think that it's a pretty successful party. So I'm glad that Thomas is continuing to be social, even though he did complete his aspiration. I know sometimes I complete their aspiration and then totally move on, but I'm trying to keep within his personality where he is very social. He would be hanging out with people a lot. He has definitely done a great job of integrating himself into this society, into this social circle here, because at first they were really unsure about him. They did have some negative first impressions. So I think that it's really great that Thomas has made a lot of friends. And then also we have Dante and Thomas talking. I figure that they're talking about Dante's impending fatherhood. I think that Thomas is trying to give him some advice, and Dante's just like, I didn't want to have kids. I can't believe this happened. I don't know how it happened. Thomas is like, you don't know how it happened. But Dante's like, I know what you mean, but I didn't think that this was actually going to happen. And so Dante is definitely struggling with the concept. He does not want to be a father. He hates children. So that is, really difficult for him. And we are just going to continue on here. Cassandra and Lavinia are going to clean up a little bit because my maid is apparently useless. Plus, I do want to get Lavinia's character skills up. Character traits up, whatever it is. So Cassandra, that is going to be part of Cassandra's aspiration, is she's going to want a kid that has 3 positive character values. So we are going to continue to work on that with Lavinia. And we got the birthday cake out so that we can age up the baby. So let's get little Adelaide to age up into a toddler. Very exciting. So here we go. Let's go grab her. She's aging up. And there we go. Yes. Okay. So there she is. She is so cute. Love her. And we are Oh, Cassandra has the throw up option. She has the throw up option. This is not a drill. So we are going to have another baby maybe. If it survives, which I hope it does, but you know how it is in this game. Sometimes I'm lucky, sometimes I'm not. So let's give our little girl a makeover, and then we are going to, honestly, I couldn't decide on a hair. I was having so much trouble deciding on her hair, but I'm just going to give her this little bun thing. But, honestly, it's so annoying that the colors of these accent jewelry things are just not changeable. That's so annoying. Anyway, so I'm just going to dress her up really quick. And then we're going to get her picture on the family tree. And then we're going to switch over to Dante's household because obviously we have a lot going on there. So I'm trying to find, yes, there we go. Okay, I also need to update Olivia's picture. I am trying to keep pictures of the other Sims just because I want to make sure that I keep track in case later we add their family to our family. I want like good pictures of them and everything. So I will focus on that. So let's just get her picture too. Oh my gosh, look at how pretty she is. I love my Sims so much. So here we are, and then we're going to update this. And yes, okay. I mean, they've been pretty lucky with their kids. They have 4 surviving children. So we are going to now head back and then head over to Dante's household. So Dante and Nina are here. Nina is very pregnant. She is going to go into labor right now. Okay, we're going into labor. This is not a drill. I have nowhere to put these bassinets. I have nowhere to put them. They're going to go in the hallway, I guess. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible. So yeah, they're going to go in the hallway. Oh, this is so bad. I mean, their room is not big enough for 3 children. It's just not. So, oops. Anyway, so that's fine. So, moving on, we're going to have these babies. As we know, it's going to be triplets, which is just wild, and we will see which of them survives. So let's go. Triplet number 1, Nina survives, and the baby survives. Okay, so Dante the second has been born. We have another survivor called, we're going to name him Daniel. I'm just going to give them all D names because I think that that's fun for like twins or triplets. And then the last one also survives. We're going to name him David. So can you believe I honestly was thinking that 1 or 2 of them would not survive, but all 3 of those babies just lived. And I honestly feel like they did that in order to stick it to Dante because because Dante didn't want kids, and now he's got 3. Oh boy, Dante. Oh boy. So we are going to come down here and have Dante and Nina chat. And Dante, I guess, has been really standoffish for, the past 9 months while Nina has been pregnant. And he has been very standoffish with her because he was not happy about her getting pregnant and everything. And honestly, that's not her fault. It's both of their faults. But he was a little standoffish, and she knew that, and she knew that he didn't want kids. And honestly, like, part of her probably did want at least 1 kid so that she could, take his money. But she also is here now taking care of the kids all by herself because he wants nothing to do with them. And so they are honestly just going to hire a nanny, and they're going to go out and they're going to do their thing, and they're going to pretend they're not parents. And like on Dante, Nina's going to say to Dante, like, I know you didn't want this, but it's over now, and we can just have a nanny raise them, and we don't have to worry about it. We can still do our thing. And so Dante is just kind of like, okay, as long as I don't have to have the kids. Like, as long as I don't have to raise them, I don't want to. And so Nina's like, yeah, don't worry about it. Nothing's going to change. Nothing changes for us. So I think that was something that he was really worried about, is that things would change for his lifestyle and for him and Nina. And obviously it does change things. But he's going to pretend right now that he doesn't have to worry about that. So we're going to come here to the bar, and then we're going to come here to the bar, and then we are going to have them talking. And so I think Nina is hoping to kind of get Dante back, you know, in good graces with, or get her back in his good graces. So she's going to tell him, like, ooh, let's hatch a plot. Like, let's do our thing. And so they're going to talk about, you know, who they're going to target next after they targeted the pancakes. Obviously, we know the only other family in the area is the Spencer Kim Lewis family. So she's going to be like, oh, how would you like to, like, break up a duke and a duchess? And so this is something that they're talking about. Also, we need a woohoo spot here. So I'm adding in a closet. And then, yeah, so, and some better lighting, because, you know, I can't see in this game. So they're talking about how they're going to, you know, try and break up Eric and Alice next. And so they basically divide and conquer. So Dante is going to come down here and have, you know, gamble with the guys, gamble with Eric, and, you know, obviously Thomas and I guess Bob, because Bob is just around. And so they're going to do that. And Dante is going to start getting closer to Eric. He is going to start getting closer to being friends with him. You know, we're starting off slow, and then we're moving our way up. So, Dante is going to, yeah, and then get closer to Alice. So he's going to get close to both of them. We know Dante is bisexual. I don't think Nina is probably also bisexual, but I think that Dante realizes pretty quickly that Eric is heterosexual. So they're going to, you know, both target a different person in the relationship. So we are going to get that going. And so Nina is going to try and become friends with Eric over here. Meanwhile, Dante is becoming friends with Alice. And I guess also Olivia. Dante, you stay away from her. She's 13 years old. No, I don't think that Dante would be like that. But he is definitely talking to Alice right now. But, you know, maybe when Olivia's older, he could ruin her marriage too. We do have to ruin 10 marriages, so it could be anyone, really. So we are going to continue on here and have them both becoming friends with either part of this couple. So we are going to worry about that. And yeah, so that's where that's going. And everyone's having a good time. Everyone is enjoying themselves. And, you know, Dante is feeling more like himself, which I think is really great. I think that it's important that they are able to kind of get back to what they want to do. I know that, you know, it's something for Dante that he was really upset about the whole kids thing because of that. So he is focused more on now his plans with Nina to ruin people, which is his favorite thing to do. So it's really terrible. It's really, really terrible. But anyway, moving forward, we are going to head out again because I have another thing that I want to do, which is head back home to El Rosaria, because El Rosaria has gone a little while, maybe a year or two or however long, without her daughter Francesca. She is, you know, she's missing her daughter, she's missing her husband, and she wants to see how things are going in Forgotten Hollow, so she plans to make the trip. As we know, Thomas is currently living in Forgotten Hollow with Odelgard's ghost and Francesca, and so El Rosario doesn't know that. And honestly, Francesca's not the type to tell her because, one, Francesca's going through a really hard time and is trying to deal with everything right now. Two, Francesca and her mom don't have a good relationship, so they're not exactly writing every day. So anyway, El Rosario comes here and she's hoping to find her husband helping her daughter and all of that stuff. So they are just enjoying each other. And so she comes in and she sees Thomas and she's so excited to see him. And then she sees Odelgard's ghost and she's like, what's going on here? What is this about? And, you know, her and Odelgard are like basically enemies. And so she's going to be like, what are you doing here? What's happening? Why is a ghost here? And, you know, Thomas is a vampire, so it's not super weird that like him and his, what am I trying to say? It's not so weird that a vampire and a ghost would be together, I guess. It'd be weirder if a human was. Anyway, so Thomas is just chatting with them and trying to kind of explain himself. And he's like, well, you know, and he doesn't really have an explanation because the truth is he is with Odelgard romantically, even though she's a ghost. And so El Rosaria is so upset. She really, really thought that things were going to be different with them after Odelgard had died. She really thought that Thomas was all in on her. They've spent so many years, just the two of them, raising their children, doing all this stuff. And she like cannot believe that he would take the first opportunity to run back to his first love again. And she is so upset by this. And she's basically going to tell him, fine, like, you know what? You've always chosen her over me, always. And I'm sick of waiting for you. And I know you're not, and I know you don't care about me because you're here doing this with her. And so she basically divorces Thomas. Whether or not that's legal doesn't really matter, but she is going to tell him that they're done, and she's going back home to her kids, and he never has to see her again. And so she left. And so we're going to go see him really briefly. I was going to try and marry them in Create a Sim, so that's not necessary anymore because I can't do it. So we'll just go and marry them in real life. So we are just, headed back here. Okay, so finally, Thomas, so as we know, Thomas has loved Odelgard his whole life, basically. She was his first love. She was his only love. He did love El Rosaria. I'm not going to say that he didn't love her, but the truth is he just didn't love her in the same way that he loved Odelgard, and he always wanted to be with Odelgard, but he couldn't, and so it's really difficult for him because, you know, he loved her, but he wanted to take care of El Rosaria and his family, but he just didn't love her the same way. And honestly, I think all his life he was just waiting for the opportunity to get to be with Odelgard finally. Like, that was always his dream. And so that was his dream outside of his family obligations. And now he feels like he's fulfilled his family obligations. He's passed the baton on to his son. And then now it's like he can finally be with the person he loves. And so he just, you know, he decided to finally marry her. And now, you know, that kind of takes that whole thing full circle. So they are in good shape there. And we are going to now age up the boys because that is something that we really have to do. It looks like Thomas rolled to be a genius because I'm not letting him be a green fiend. That's not happening. So Thomas rolled to be a genius. So how exciting for our first child, our not our first child, our heir. Oh my gosh, why aren't words working for me all of a sudden? It's been too long. This is like a half an hour long video. It's like a 40-minute video. Okay, and then we're going to age up Mortimer, and he rolled to be a glutton. He did technically roll to be adventurous, but I was like, we already have a kid that has that, so I don't want to do that again. So we are going to have him be a glutton. So that is really interesting. We're also going to go and age up all of the babies into infants. So because of that, we are going to come over to Dante's house again. So that'll be really good. And then we are going to age all of these kids up into infants. There are so many of them. I can't believe they all survived. How wild is that? So we are just going to age them up. Looks like they're doing pretty good. For some reason, we don't want to age up this baby until we get the other one out of the way. Anyway, so we have 2 redheaded babies and a blondie. So that is really exciting. And we are going to head into Create a Sim now to give everyone makeovers. We also have to get Malcolm III into childhood, get him into the club, and then also give him a makeover. But yeah, so here's our little Thomas. Here's our heir. He looks good, doesn't he? I mean, they look just like their mom. Really, they do. But yeah, he looks good. I was thinking I really need to start giving my Sims more skin details because I wish the game would randomize it for me so that I didn't have to, but you know, this is just where we're at in life. So there is little Mortimer. Here's Thomas. Okay, so yes, we're actually going to give them the outfits now. So we are going to do that, and we are going to just quickly put them in these cute little outfits, and then we get the same for a little Mortimer. So yeah, I think that this is going to be really interesting, and I'm really excited. I love having twins, you guys. I love it. It seems to be running in our family right now, especially with having Thomas and Dante, and now having Thomas and Mortimer, and also Dante having triplets. Like, it must be us. It must be us that's causing the triplets. I mean, the multiple births, So here is little Dante the second. Very cute. He has his dad's eyes, but his mother's hair and complexion. And then we have Daniel, who's pretty much the same as Dante. And then we have little David, who has his mom's eyes and his dad's hair, and then kind of like a mix between them, I'd say his skin tone is. It's a little lighter than Nina's, but it doesn't quite look as light as Dante's. But anyway, they're a good mix of their parents. So then let's head out and get this going for Malcolm. I keep wanting to call him Randolph, but that is not his name. It is Malcolm. And he actually is also a glutton, apparently, so that's fine. But we are going to give him a quick makeover as well. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. I might cut out. I still have like 3 minutes of video, but it's all just like, makeovers, and I think we head back to the household. We find out Cassandra is pregnant, which is really good. So I'm really excited about that. We're going to have our last baby. I'm going to say it's our last baby. So Cassandra is pregnant, and yeah, so let's head back home, and this is where we're going to wrap up. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this part. I had a lot of fun playing it, and I'm having so much fun with Dante and Nina, and like, honestly, just like, this whole family is giving me all the drama that I want in my life, and I'm really grateful for it. So I think that we're having so much fun. Ginevra's birthday is coming up, her young adult birthday, so we're thinking about getting her married. So I want to know your opinions. If you want to make someone for her to marry, I'm thinking maybe we won't marry her right away, so that, like, because I know she wants to, like, go and travel and all that stuff, so I'm thinking maybe we should have her travel a little bit before she gets married. And I'm going on vacation soon, so you guys have plenty of time I'm really hoping that there won't be an interruption in video service, but I'm going to be away for like 2 weeks. So during that time, if you guys want to make any Sims by the end of the month for me, I will be away, so I will definitely have time. You have time to make them before I film again. I don't know how many videos I'm going to be able to get in. Probably, I don't know. I'll update the community tab with any information on, if there's not enough videos to last us when I'm away. But other than that, I will not marry Ginevra off until I get back from my vacation. So if you want to make someone for her to marry, please let me know. Again, the hashtag is Megan Plays Sims. You can also at me, I think, on the gallery. I'm not sure if that's true, but I feel like you should be able to. So thanks again, and I will catch you in the next one.